Innovations Club, the show where we talk everything about business. I'm Keilani Hall, and today we are talking about how to find networking events. Also, I'll be leaving you with a few keys that you can use, so make sure you listen to this episode all the way through. Here on the Keys to Innovations Club, it's really all about providing people with a seat at the table. Giving you keys to help you in your journey in business or entrepreneurship, whether you're someone that's in the game or whether you're aspiring to enter this space. And so just a quick recap of the last episode. One, we talked about networking. Networking is really about relationships, and it's about all parties within that space bringing value to the ecosystem. And so if you haven't listened to that episode, I would admonish you to do so. There's a lot of keys and nuggets throughout the episode that will not only shift your mindset, but it will influence, one, how you engage people as well as how you proceed forward with relationships. And also in the first episode, one of the things we talked about is, one, knowing how to pitch yourself. And that's something you're going to need, especially when it comes to networking events, because that's what you'll be doing for the majority of the night. But today I want to take it a step further. And so now that you have an understanding of the significance of networking, you have to know how to prepare for networking events. And so when it comes to networking, one is really about relationships and character. But once you have all those keys, with the mindset, some of the things that you can do at networking events, you need to actually find a place where you can apply this information. And so some of the key ways that you can find networking events is, one, via social media, Eventbrite, even Google, through people in your network that you already know. And sometimes what we're seeing now with people is that you can gain access to networking events through your purchases and even digital assets that you have. And that's just all to say that really when it comes to these events, they're happening all the time and they're happening everywhere. And one of the reasons I say that is because when it comes to events, one thing they'll ask you after the event is, one, how did you find out about this event? And so that entire list that I just gave you is just proof that these are some of the avenues that you can check out as far as finding networking events. And so one good thing about cookies, after you do like your search on the internet, is that if you don't necessarily find a networking event that fits you, or you just don't find one at all, in that specific moment, the software algorithms will make sure these networking events find you. So do not worry. But one of the things is that, one, if you're new to networking, this is something that you may not have ever done before, or you've never been to a happy hour or a networking event, you might be a little lost on how to find the right one, because you may have a specific mission in mind, or there's specific people or persons that you're looking for, whether you are looking to start a new endeavor, or you're looking to hire someone that to be part of your organization, or you're looking to start a project and you need someone to be on your team. And so when it comes to those things, you may not necessarily want to go to an agnostic networking event where there's a lot of people from different industries and you really can't determine, who's really going to be there. And so one of the things that I recommend to do is that, one, you can look at your network. And so there are always people that sort of align with someone that you're looking for in the industry. And so when it comes to that, this person may not necessarily do specifically what you're looking for. However, they're going to be the most informed on helping you find the person that you're looking for. And so let's say you're looking for a software developer. Now, someone that works in the IT department, or someone from college that has a background in that. But they don't necessarily fit all the requirements that you're looking for, or they don't know or have the necessary skill set that you're seeking. But the odds are that they know someone that's within that space, or they know potential events that you can go to that are more geared towards software developers. And so even when it comes to me, is I've been in meetings with subject matter experts, really to gather information for clients, market intelligence for a business. And one of the questions that I usually ask them is, one, what are some steps that this company can take in order to gain a more dominant position in the market? And so when it comes to these SMEs, one of the things they'll usually do is they'll begin to list out events and businesses that neither myself or anyone in the room or any of my colleagues have heard of, that they can potentially partner with, that can help them gain brand awareness, as well as really help them ease into the market and help them gain traction. The list goes on. But this is really key, because when it comes to their field, they know who to go to and where to go to in order to really gain some traction and make the connections that are needed in order for a company or individual person to excel. And so that's one of the reasons that we speak with subject matter experts, because they have more insight. They may not necessarily be the person that you're looking for, but they usually know someone who is, or they know the direction to point you into. Now, there are cases where you may, look into your network and no one really knows any events or specific people to connect with. And I believe everyone has had that case scenario happen to them, and that's completely fine. It's happened to me. I've seen it happen with other people. That may not necessarily be the case for everyone right now, but I'm pretty sure it's happened to everyone along their journey. And so another thing that you can try out to really overcome the issue is, one, I always say Google, Eventbrite, or even social media. Now, Google always has the answers, and so just type in, do a general search and type in what you're looking for specifically when it comes to an event, just let the results pop up. Now, there are some times where Google does not have the answers, she acts like she doesn't know, and that's completely fine, because we have options. And so you can even do the same thing with Eventbrite. Just type in the search bar what you're looking for specifically, and let the results pop up. Now, when it comes to Eventbrite, and the beauty in that is that Eventbrite, one, it not only shows you events that are happening, but it gives you the opportunity to follow event organizers and events that are happening. So let's say you find an event. In that moment, you go there. It's really awesome. What you can do is connect with the event organizer, so you can continue to go to their events, get insights on when they're having a new networking event, or whether they're doing new things. So you have the opportunity to meet new people. You can continue to gain momentum within that space as well as that sphere. Now, another thing is, one, you can always check that box to stay posted, receive the email updates. But when it comes to social media, I believe social media has a sweet spot when it comes to networking events. Because when it comes to social media, one of the things you can do is either look specific people up that may have some alignment with what you're seeking, or even look at hashtags if you don't know what you're looking for necessarily. And so I believe TikTok is really big for this. And I believe they took roughly 40 to 50% of Google's search volume. And that was really due to the fact that people found it easier for them to find what they were looking for via TikTok and hashtags, and getting that firsthand experience versus Google, where it just gives you a review that just has some words. You really can't see the person or really gather much insight from that. And so when it comes to social media, it's a powerful tool that you can utilize, because it's going to give you that firsthand experience. And it's also going to help you gain that connection and help you see whether that event or whether these set group of people that are within that space really resonate with you. And so another thing is, one, and I'm going to go really into the story, is if you're someone that's looking to transition into a new space, and so you want to go to networking events, to find people that have done that transition or in the space that you desire, social media is really a powerful tool to help you do that. And so one time I was at a networking event, and one of the keynote speakers was Spectacular Smith. Now, if you don't know who Spectacular Smith is, one, he's a member of Pretty Ricky. But the thing about him now is, one, he's a multimillionaire. He's really dominating social media and the business scene. And so what happened during the Q&A session, someone asked him, and this person was a part of the music industry, and they were looking to transition into business, and they wanted people to take them more seriously. And they were combating or being confronted with the issue of people placing them in the box. And so they asked him, one, how did you navigate that space? And so he began to tell them when it came to him transitioning from just being part of a group, singing and everything. One of the things that he did was when he started transitioning into business is that he began to show people the numbers. So even if you don't take me serious as someone that's looking to transition into business, you have to face the fact that I have the numbers to prove that I'm serious about this and that I'm about my business. And so that was one of the things that he did to really prevent people from, one, trying to keep him in the box, is showing the results, because people really can't combat results. And after the event was over, what the person did is they continued to have that conversation with him, take things a step further, get more insight from him as someone that's looking to enter the whole business space. But that moment right there really happened because of pursuit, from them following his story and finding him on social media and gaining insights so that they were able to capitalize on that moment and find out where he would be so they can get that knowledge that they were looking for. Now, there may be some cases where you find someone on social media, their story resonates with you, and they post an event. They say they're going to be somewhere in your city, or there's an event that you have the opportunity to fly out to. But you may not necessarily meet them or the person that you were seeking or hoping to meet, and that's completely fine. And the reason I say that is because, one, you're in a room full of people with the same mission and goals as you. They had the same desire as you. They came to the event because, one, there's a whole common theme that everyone ties to. And so you're in a room full of people that have the same alignment, same mindset and desires as you. And so that's really an opportunity for you, is to begin to connect with people within that event, within that space, throughout the day, or even over the course of the entire event, if it's a few days. I've seen some amazing stories and amazing connections come out of that, where people have attended conferences. They were hoping to speak with the panelists, but they really met a group of individuals that they bonded with during that time and during that experience, that they've come to form those long-lasting relationships with, as well as connections. And from there, they begin to, one, send events to each other, or you begin to send events to them. That's really going to help you to gain traction, as well as find the events that you're looking to find. And so even if you don't meet the keynote speaker or even the panelists, that's an opportunity to meet like-minded people that have the same vision and aspirations as you. And so when it comes to networking events, those are some of the avenues that you can really try to find events that align with you and what you're looking to do in the future. But that's all that I have today, folks. Make sure you subscribe to the Keys and Innovations Club if you haven't already. And I just want to say thank you for listening. But before you go, I just wanted to let you know, continue to be the phenomenal person that you are, and go out into the world and let others see that. But also, before you go, make sure you show some love to your favorite podcast. Leave a review. Make sure you subscribe and like this and share this with your friends. But until next time, I hope that you have an amazing day.